Chuck Berry songbook. Xylophone.
Tom Petty. I wish he didn't try and be funny at the end.
No.
He's not really, he's not known for his comedy.
No.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. We have with us someone who is known for his comedy. How about that for a link?
Nice link,
How about that for a
Very
link?
good link.
Eddie Izzard. Eddie, great to see you.
You've done this before. This linking thing.
Eddie, is it Edward? Were you Edward?
I'm Edward John, yeah.
Edward John Izzard.
Yeah.
That sounds more like a banker, doesn't it?
It is. It's also, I couldn't go with the Edward. I never had the Edward. And I thought Eddie, and Eddie was cool because of the advert. Hey Eddie, how come you're such a hit with the girls? Well, you tell you what you're drinking, then you're really kind of cool.
Was that was in Greece, wasn't it?
No, Pepsi Cola.
Pepsi Cola. Hey Eddie, how much?
Pepsi Cola, thirst question, yes, Jason.
Oh, those were the days. How old are you now, Eddie?
I'm 12. And the weather outside, I've worked out. You know how it's
Weather
miserable?
outside is
I like that. But outside is Nyana. But I've worked out that if you glaze your, because it's raining and there's rain.
If you glaze your donuts.
But if it's snowing, we'd be slightly more happier, wouldn't we?
Yeah, of course we would. We'd be delirious.
And I've worked out if you go kind of fuzzy in the eyes, it actually, you can't do it through these windows because there's no droplets on the windows. But if you did it, because you've got reinforced thing in case there's a blowout or something here, this is like an aeroplane in here.
You know why this is Churchill's bunker, isn't it?
Churchill's bunker?
Yeah, we're in Churchill's bunker.
Ground. That's very clever.
When you crossed
How
your
would the
eyes at
Germans
that?
think to bomb above ground? They never thought that.
When you crossed eyes then, you looked like you were perfect to play Ben Turpin in the movie of his life. Do you remember Ben Turpin?
I did play Ben Turpin in the movie of his life, and it's coming out next year on DVD.
I'd love to see that. Cross-eyed people, you don't see them as much anymore, do you?
No, due to medical science.
Cross-eyed lions, you don't see them so much anymore.
No, but it does work on that snow thing. If you get outside, get your kids outside, tell them to go a bit glazed eyes. It's not the cross-eyed thing, it's more the glazed eye thing, as if you're focusing on Nirvana.
On a magic eye
band.
picture.
Miles away.
One of those magic eye pictures.
Indeed, yeah, can you do that? Because I can do that.
I can do that.
I learned how to do that. It's really quite good. You have a weird picture, you glaze your eyes, you get it, and then you go, oh, it's slightly better picture.
Glaze is the actual medical term.
It is.
Glaze sounds like you cover it in a sort of icing.
You do. That's what you do. You look at it and you cover it with icing, and now you get snow.
I once got very cross about those magic eye pictures. Because sometimes they have people sell them and they just put them all up on the wall. In Leicester Square, there was this bloke selling them, and there must have been about 200 Italian kids who, annoying backpackers over, just flocking around like peahen, all standing in front trying to focus on it. I'm trying to get past to get to my work, never mind you standing there with a free show, get out of it. Go back to your own country, look at Italian ones.
You told that to them?
No.
No.
I mean,
but you see, the thing is, there's a big... You could sell those ones, unless you've trained and you know how to look at them, you could just sell them anything with dots on.
That's how they should do A to Zs.
What, this glazed eye thing? And then
like a magic eye picture, make it a bit more interesting. So you look at it, you got to focus on it. How are you, Eddie? You well?
I am extraordinarily well, except for the death thing I have.
What's that?
Oh, just a cold. It's not really death.
You haven't really got a cold, have you?
Well, no, I have. I'm on...
Looks like it's gone straight to your chest.
It has. I've got a bit of a chest. I'm a bit chesty in the cough.
Eddie's got bosoms today.
I have bosoms today.
He's wearing Bazooka Joes.
I have bosoms.
What's the deal with that? I know you like the tranny gear, but come on, you don't need the What's going on there? You look like Judy Finnegan's walking.
I went to W.H. Smith's. They had a pair going and a sale rate.
Well, where do they go? Where are they strapped on? Are they stuck on with glue? What's going on there?
You're jealous.
They stuck to the jump on the inside?
No, I actually had their implants. I put them into my head. You can't touch it.
Come on, let me have a squeeze. Eddie, let me have a squeeze. For Christmas, let me have one.
Only for girls.
Please, one squeeze.
No.
One little squeeze.
No.
One squeeze.
You start by insulting them. And
they're
then
not even yours. Can't I have a squeeze?
They are mine. I bought them in the shop. They're registered to my name.
I'm not asking to touch your bottom or something. Just have a squeeze.
Spending is coming my way. No.
I was sitting there with Ronnie Ancona. She let me.
Well, then she's foolish.
Oh, come on.
Did you insult her breast
What
first?
harm would it do?
It would make the fire brigade come.
What harm would it do?
It would make the fire brigade come.
Well, you've gone down in my estimation, Izzard.
I know. I always like to go down in your estimation. This is a filthy show.
It's not filthy.
It is.
We're just relying on double entendre to carry us through until Christmas. Eddie is looking splendid, though. You've got the gear on today. The more feminine dress.
I'm in girly mode, as we call it in the
boots are
superhero.
fantastic.
Yeah, these are just fantastic. It's great that I'm on radio, isn't it?
Well, I'm talking. We can.
I could actually be just wearing a big sack at the moment.
A kaftan.
And your imagination could be very good.
But the boots, now, are they from a woman's shoe shop, or are they shoes that style shoes designed for men?
A woman's... They're just from a shoe shop. I tend not to get woman's man's thing, but it is from a shoe shop that had women's shoes.
It's lucky that your feet aren't so big as mine.
I have small hands, small feet.
And at the moment, large breasts.
Large breasts.
Come on.
That's the saying. You can't.
He said you can't then, by the way, just in case.
Yes, viewers, I backed away and he still hasn't reached. He's going to get me in a rugby scrum by the end of this.
I'll have him in a headlock. and I'll be giving them a good old squeeze.
And this coffee's going right down your chest.
That would be what a marvellous. This is kind of a marvellous tradition.
sort of Christmas fight.
It's like the office party. I'm lunging for the woman who's normally in stationery, and she won't let me near him.
You've got to do some sort of forfeit. I tell you, the way you got to come in and say those breasts are fantastic. This is all wonderful. Then you get the.
Oh well, I'll do that.
Yeah, but you already blew that at the beginning.
I didn't blow it. I just was. I was. You didn't.
What you got? You stick them on
Eddie,
with glue.
here's the thing.
I seem to remember. It's a photographic hearing I have.
You should warn. You should warn us when you're coming in with the bosom. I'm ready for the boots and the skirt, but the bosoms were a big surprise.
Technique of talking over the top, which he does.
Working with Andy as well. I'm used to seeing men with breasts, but you come in like that. I wasn't ready.
You've got a hair coming off your microphone.
Is that right?
God, this is fascinating stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I play a record?
It's blowing in the wind.
Oh, there it is. There is a hair blowing in the wind. Look at that. I wonder if that's a message.
It is. It means don't do that.
Don't get your head too close to the microphone. Eddie has a DVD out for Christmas. Eddie Izzard, Sexy Live, okay?
Yeah.
Great photograph of you on the cover. You do look very glamorous. Makeup, sometimes on men, does work. Look at that. You look very, very attractive. They're very stylish, very
it's the action
superstar.
transvestite. That image is sort of Marlon Brando and Wild One via Lara Croft back to me. The hair's gone back as well.
Yeah, the hair. No, you got a great haircut there.
Oh yes, well, it's cut, the hair's much shorter.
Can we
longer now.
ask Eddie about the picture, because we talked about it earlier, about the motorbike thing, because you think it's a gay reference.
Well, I think Harley Davidsons are really bikes for big girls' blouses.
And I think it's a juxtaposition.
No, it's actually what it is if it's a straight transvestite. There were very few on the ground. Everyone thinks, oh, you must go transvestite and all that kind of rubbish. And then Grayson Perry won the Turner Prize, and you say, another straight transvestite.
Harry Potter.
There's two of us.
Harry Potter.
There's two of us out there.
There's more than two.
And there is more than two.
I saw a bloke walking down the road the other day.
There's three. And in fact, there's five. And in fact, there's a ton load of people.
They're breeding.
But that is Marlon Brando, via Lara Croft, I was saying, coming back to me. It's just getting a motorbike. It's just a motorbike. It's a fat boy thing, but I can ride a bigger one. I've never rode a fat boy, but I've ridden a bigger one.
But would you ride in those heels?
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to ride in those heels.
Why the hell not?
Because when you stop at lights, you have to put your leg down for support. The heel will snap off.
That's when the thing works. You use the stand if you want to stop it. And if
not at
you
lights, you don't use the stand. By the time you get the stand, it just goes to show your ignorance
just don't
of motor
let it
vehicles.
go. I know about motorbikes.
They weigh about 2
How many
tons.
motorbikes have you ridden?
None.
He's got a scooter.
I've been through scooters.
You shouldn't be on Top Gear, should you?
See, he's underwhelmed me there.
Yeah.
He's not the...
I have ridden round Queens in New York. I have ridden. You made a lunch for the breasts.
Let's have another piece of music.
This is Nat King Cole.
And this
song. I want everyone at home just listen to these lyrics one time, and it's just hellish. This kid, Santa Claus doesn't care about it.
No,
it's too sad.
It's over the top, and it sounds like life is.
I don't know whether we can.
hell.
I don't know whether we can
Christmas
bear to play it, actually.
Yeah, you got to play it now.
Well, it's too sad. Actually, it's not that sad. He's got no daddy.
And Santa Claus forgotten. So you think Santa Claus would turn up twice? 'Cause
Yeah.
He's not got a daddy, and give him extra chutney.
He'll give him a daddy. Mate, it's like Saddam Hussein in the little bolt hole, isn't he? That's what it was. That's what it's about.
He's living in a box.
Eddie Izzard is with us, ladies and gentlemen, and he's you're still gigging, aren't you? Just coming to the end of this big
I've just
tour you've been
got
on?
4 little gigs at Wembley Arena.
4 little gigs at Wembley. Listen to the man's modesty.
Yeah.
Wembley Arena, 4 gigs, sold out?
Sold out.
Unbelievable. I mean, I don't mean that I don't believe it.
But I'm encouraging everyone to go and play there, because if rock and roll plays arenas, no one gives a monkeys,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I'm just saying, why can't we play? Why can't we? We've got one big screen, one camera, regression of technology. The camera just shoots head-to-toe shot, and it doesn't, so the audience doesn't get a television show. They just get the live...
So they see you
small,
staying...
small,
that's
me and big
interesting
me.
too. So it doesn't use
Camera's
close-ups
vertical.
and
The
that kind
screen
of
is
grammar.
vertical at the back.
But you know why people probably don't play arenas so much? Is comedy is sort of traditionally one feels it works better in an intimate setting.
But the intimacy is actually how you can bring people in from the back if they can see it. And people have said that in the 2,000 seaters, you are a little doll at the back. In the 10,000 seaters, you get this huge screen, and so you actually brought it more closer, and you can bring people.
And how
if
about,
you read the interviews?
But how about the way the laughter
The
works?
reviews.
Because when I have played huge halls,
You played Wembley Arena.
thanks to Eddie. Eddie
Yeah.
put me on stage at Wembley Arena. I
You had a
went
good
on stage
time.
at Amnon.
You
I
did
had a
good.
wonderful time.
You were great.
Matter of fact, a few people said I was the best thing. No,
I thought you
no,
were the
I
best thing ever.
didn't. Thank you, Eddie.
No, you're not touching my breast.
Oh, is it? And, but what I noticed was, and it's the first time I've been in that sort of venue, is that when you say something amusing, people laugh at the fun, but and it takes a while for the laugh, I guess, for the joke to travel, but also for the laughter to travel. And so when you're ready to start your next little bit, they're just getting it at the back.
Well, I think that's just a timing thing. It's the same as if you go to a 500-seater and a 2,000-seater. There is a certain... You go into a bigger boat type situation. But you just get into the timing rhythm, and then...
And so you do have to pace yourself differently.
Just somewhat differently, but not hugely differently. And it's a lot more, I think, in the head, you think, my God, this must be different, but in fact, it's not that different. And you know, it's fun. They're not used to it. They are ice rinks. A lot of them, you know, they pull them away and Torvill and Dean come on.
I love ice skating.
Ice skating. Well, ice skating I wasn't into, except for Torvill and Dean. Torvill and Dean, I was saying they put drama into it, and it wasn't there before, and it never came back.
No, but I don't mean watching it. I mean, actually, the physical process of being on ice on skates, I very much enjoy.
You are very good.
I'm not very good.
You're very bad?
I'm very mediocre, but my wife's very good.
So you go out there and you do that stuff and that
I sort of, a bit big arm, but I went with my children in the week and they were just complaining the whole time.
Because you're no good?
No, because they have got their own skates, but they didn't want to wear their own skates because their own skates are too tight. So we hired the skates at the place and they moaned the whole time about the skates. As soon as we got them, I said, why didn't you bring your own skates? I said, well, I didn't bring your skates because you said they were too tight. So we're using these skates now and now you're not enjoying it. And what's the whole point of me trying to be a good dad and take you ice skating as opposed to the kid in the Nat King Cole song who hasn't even got a dad and he's not complaining?
Well, maybe, have you asked them whether they wanted Daddy?
Yeah, I think they're hoping that I'll
maybe
go.
Maybe they could get into that song.
They're trying to chase me away, that's what it is, Eddie. It must be still, I would have thought, for you, exciting going on stage in a big arena like that and actually getting that response.
Oh, yeah, it's great, especially Wembley, because Wembley's interesting, because it's not such a cachet place to live, but to play, it's fantastic.
It's the place.
And you don't even say London, you say Wembley.
Did you ever play the Palladium?
What?
Did you ever play the Palladium?
Yeah.
Was that fun?
It's fine.
It's that sort of tradition there, is what I'm sort of saying.
Yeah.
I imagine playing the Palladium would be exciting because it's the Palladium.
Yeah, I don't know. Wembley was the one that was always the big excitement. When I first got up there, I just said to the security guys, I was walking around going on the stage first time I played it, I just said, Wembley! It's a reflex reaction.
It's Wembley.
Because of the football, I think.
Where does it end, though? Because now you're playing Wembley, OK, next time you need to play a bigger place. Soon, you know where you'll play?
Wembley?
No, England.
No, Wembley.
They'll have you standing up at the top of England and a big screen behind you, and people will be watching all the way up to Hoyk.
Well, I think you could do it just North Hemisphere.
Or Berwick, or wherever it is.
You could play at the North Pole and then have a big screen, and then you just play Northern Hemisphere, and then you have to do one for the Southern
Beam you up in the sky like the Northern Lights.
Go to Mars with Beagle 2.
How slow?
Do a gig on Mars.
How slow you'd have to pace your gags there, because by the time the gag reaches Earth, you're dead. That's going to be a hard one.
What, from Mars? It's only 6 months. Why do you have to die in 6 months?
Mars is not... Is it 6 months?
6 months travel, yeah. Haven't you seen those films? Life on Mars? You're a film reviewer. You must have saw that one that read Mars.
I'm going to go to Mars one day. I've decided.
I wanted to go to Mars. I wanted to do a gig on the moon.
Let's shake hands now. We're going to go to Mars.
Yeah, I've seen the shaking hands.
What? I was trying to shake your hand. I wasn't reaching for your breast.
You were trying to shake my breast.
What harm would it do?
It would do much harm to the minds
I've got
children.
my eye on the left one. Your left, my right. That's got a slightly cheeky look about it.
I actually can swap them round.
It's got a cheeky look about it. Look at the left one. I think you've got different ones in. I don't think they were a pair.
One I bought W.H. Smith's and one I got Woolies.
Is it buy one, get two free?
I bought 2, get 4 free.
It would be very handy for keeping things in.
You can throw them at kids.
Oh, marvellous. Now we're back to the spirit of Christmas. Imagine going ice skating with Eddie.
It's like if there's
a child knocks him over, he throws a breast at his head.
There's no snow outside. Throw your breast at people.
Snow.
Yeah.
Don't bring us down.
That's a song. That was a song by Noddy Holder. There's no snow outside. Throw your breast.
Now, what went through your mind when you're being interviewed by Parky? And Parky, you know, the doyen of interviewers, the man. The man who wrote the book in this country, leans forward.
Very fine man.
Eddie, talk to me. Marvellous fellow.
Your impressions are unbelievable. I heard the earlier one. You're Jimmy Stewart, which your impressions are like my impressions.
Yeah, my Jimmy Stewart needs a bit of work. Eddie, does it turn you on? Is it to turn on for you? Does it do that like I say? Yo, is it turn on? Yeah.
Jimmy Stewart asked me that.
Now, that was a strange question to field from Parky, wasn't it?
Well, the one, could anyone understand that in the whole listening land?
Does it turn you on?
No, it wasn't me, you idiot. He asked if women find it a positive thing.
Does it turn me on?
No, it was women. You're not a woman.
Could I have a squeeze? Just one.
No.
A little squeeze, Eddie.
No, Jonathan...
You'd have let Parky squeeze them?
Money in a bag, no.
I'd have bet you'd have let Parky squeeze them.
No.
Would you not?
No. It's not for boys.
That's hard. The ladies like
to being a straight transvestite.
I'm not after anything afterwards. I'm not saying that's... It's not like foreplay. It's just
I get a lot of requests, but I'm going to sell tickets at 10p a go.
I'll be first in the line. You know it. Let's play another track. What are we going to play? We're playing Christmas stuff today.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Power of Love.
That's not a Christmas song.
I don't feel.
Eh?
That's not a Christmas
It's
song.
one that's squeezed in there.
It's on Christmas albums. It's not a Christmas song.
It is
in my
not a
opinion.
Christmas song.
It's just a song.
It's about the power of love.
You might as well play, you might as well play that Boy George one, Victims. It's a sort of, it's just a big old power
Victims.
ballad.
What about Band-Aid then? Do we play that?
We haven't played that yet.
We should have.
I don't know. Let's wait for that. Older Eddie, what do you fancy? Do you fancy traditional or modern?
I think traditional.
All right, traditional.
Nat King Cole, the greatest pianist that was never really heard.
I love Nat King Cole.
We've done it.
Have you heard his
piano.
Spanish albums? His Spanish language albums?
No, well, when he... But were they good? Because he's got some German and Latin songs, which he has trouble with the pronunciation on.
Quando. Hey, have you seen the film Mood for Love? Wong Kar-wai's Mood for Love?
I haven't.
Oh, you'll love it. You're a cinema fan. We know this.
Yeah.
You like movies. You're an actor. You're a performer as well, but you're an actor in films.
And a javelin throw.
And a javelin throwing movies. This movie, you'll love. You gotta get the movie out. It's great.
Oh, well, what is it?
Tony
DVDs or
Leung
DVD?
and Maggie Chung.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful romance about people who... There's a couple of married people, and they both suspect their partner of having an affair. And then they realise inadvertently that their partners are having an affair with each other's partners. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And they get together, and it's like, and they begin to fall in love. But are they going to have an affair? Are they not going to have an affair? And it's set in Hong Kong in the 60s. It's the most beautifully shot and designed film. And the music is, back then, that stage in Hong Kong, there was a lot of Western music very popular, and the music is almost exclusively these Nat King Cole Spanish songs. Come on. That's your Christmas Day sorted out right there, Eddie.
Well, I would. Have you got it?
I have not with me, but I've got it. If you
Go
want,
get one.
I'll get it for you. What are we going to play, though?
What about Al Green?
A Christmas song?
I'll Be Home for Christmas.
That sounds to me like
Great
a Christmas
vocalist.
song. Okay, let's have that one.
In my dream.
Sad as well. But he's not going to make it home in time. We know he's not going to make it home in time for Christmas. He's going to be singing about it. If he was on the train heading home or on the bus from work, he wouldn't be singing about it.
Can't they write the song saying, we're going to make it home, and you're going to have tons of presents, and then get ill?
Everyone's happy, don't worry
That's
about
the
it.
usual Christmas.
No
And then-
illness till after Christmas.
And no one's done a thing, go home and have Christmas and then fight your family. Because the fight your family song should be...
Do you have family? Are your mum and dad still with us? I don't know, I'm not.
No, my mum died when I was 6.
All right. Oh, of course, I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
But my dad-
But your dad's still around?
Yeah,
Do
he's
you
still-
spend Christmas with him?
No.
Right.
No.
Are you close?
We do, yeah. He's on there. He's on the DVD.
You're not that bloody close. You're not spending Christmas with him.
Well, I don't know where he
What kind of
lives.
son are you?
I don't know where Dad lives. He
You
keeps
know
running
what?
around.
There's a
He's
song for him by
hobo.
Nat King Cole saying, I'm the father that Santa Claus forgot. That's what it is.
No, it's a good way to spend Christmas without your family.
I suppose it is.
But Dad's on there. Dad is on there.
He's
the
on.
extra. You're going to watch
This
it
is
tonight.
Eddie Izzard's Sexy Live. I'm going to watch this tonight.
Once
My
upon
wife
a time in
loves it.
Eastbourne,
Right.
that thing, because there's this fob watch that my dad gave to me. And there's a silver fob
And
watch.
does it go dang dang da dang dang da
And
dang?
it did, and I opened it, and Jan Maria thingamajiggy, and Lee Van Cleef were there.
Oh, wouldn't it be great?
And as I opened it up, and then the music kept going, and we did for a few
The
dollars.
hard
more.
rim on.
That is such a good
Aim
ending.
for the
isn't it?
heart.
It's such a good ending, isn't it?
That's a great film. Which one is it? I mix them all up in my head.
It's
now.
a few dollars more. Few dollars more. But anyway, this was my great-grandfather's. It was in my...
So your great-grandfather's watch was given to...
Well, it
presumably
was
his
given to me.
son.
I thought it was my grandfather's, and it had a name scratched on it, which looked like Eddie Izzard, and I looked like when I had it as a teenager, I'd scratched my name on it because I used it in a play.
Right.
And then the watchman said, "I'll polish that down." Dad said, "Nah, leave it. It might be quite fun." And I looked at it and I realised it was the address that I hadn't lived at, 108 Hurst Road, which was where my dad lived. And then I realised it was F Izzard, which was my great-grandfather, had scratched on with a compass. So
But
it's
where
my
did-
oldest.
But this came from your dad to you.
Yeah, from my grandfather via my dad to me.
That's lovely, though. What a
Yeah,
nice
and so we went back to the place. We went back to 108 Hurst Road. That's what.
So you went back, you found via the watch where your
Yeah, well, Dad
great-grandfather
remembered
had lived.
staying there when he was a kid in rooms opposite. And so we
Incredible.
went back and we knocked on the doors and said, "Can we have a look around?" And Dad remembered the place where he'd stayed and where my great-grandfather
And it hadn't
stayed.
changed.
Not really. It really. Most of the roomings, the houses were still the same, decorations.
It's weird, because most of us don't have that sort of connection. That must have been a strange feeling.
No, it was great because I just don't have it. Because Izzard name is Huguenot French from way back.
Yeah, of course. Izzard.
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 That's why I do the gigs in French.
Izzard. You do gigs all over there, don't you?
Well, I'm going to do them in German next. But
Can you speak German yet?
Yeah.
I speak pretty good German.
Du spreekt die Deutsch, die lange Sprache, die Deutsch?
I do speak it.
Yeah, you do speak it with
You
the
don't.
accent?
Yeah, it's very good. It's so easy to speak,
That means that you've been in some sort of German porno film. That's what it is. I like to meet
But I
your
did not
brother.
order the pizza yet. That's the
That's the German you know?
Eddie Izzard is performing at Wembley Arena. He's performing at Wembley Arena tonight, is it?
Tonight, tomorrow,
Now, do you
the next
warm up
night,
for
and the
gigs?
next night.
How do you get yourself in the right frame of mind
What
to
I do
be
is
funny?
I get in a hot bath and stand by a heater, and I get really, really warm. Sometimes you get too warm, and you come on and you're
Warmed up,
overcooked.
limber,
Yeah.
looking like a lobster.
I have a sort of regime before I go on of inducing heroin into my body.
And no, you don't. Have you have you chosen your outfit tonight? Do you know what you're wearing?
Yeah, I'm going to wear a big coat and a banjo.
No, you're not. What do you? What? No, but,
Mainly clothes. I've got this.
Do you choose your outfit beforehand, or is it
I
just a
don't.
spur of the
Someone
moment
else.
thing?
I've picked someone
You have a stylist?
in the street to choose it.
No, you don't.
Out of a catalogue.
He's
catalogue.
toying with
And
it.
usually I'm wearing a Teasmade and a microwave.
I would like to
Lovely
see you
hat.
wear teas made. Do people still have teas made?
They were great, weren't they? But I didn't like tea. I didn't want to get one.
You could set it for coffee.
Yeah, well, coffee. Well, they didn't say that. It wasn't a coffee's made, was it?
No,
it was a tea's
No, it's a
made.
teas made because we're traditionally a tea drinking.
And how
nation.
could anyone set up the tea beforehand? They had to be so.
It was such a palaver the night before. Why? What was this? You were much easier just getting out of bed and making it, or having a kettle in the room. How hard is that? But the idea was wonderful.
The
wasn't
idea
it?
was like we
that
got
you'd
to
be
the moon.
woken up with tea.
Well, I think it was like America got to the moon and we got teas made.
See, my parents decided they wouldn't bother with teas made. They just had 6 kids, and we were forced to do it for them. So it's kind of like a roundabout way of getting the same
So
result.
were 4 of your kids called teas made?
Yeah, no, one was called teas, 5 were called maid, and the teas one always got to do the work.
Did he speak?
Oh, Eddie.
Do that Jackie Mason again. What are you doing? Jamie Stewart. Jackie Stewart. Do the Jackie Stewart.
My name's James Stewart.
Do the Jackie Stewart one.
Well, my name is Jackie Stewart.
Do Jackie Mason.
Well, my name is Jackie Mason.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Do Jackie Onassis.
My name's Jackie Mason. I've got
Do Jackie Chan.
Hello there. What's that? What's wrong with that?
They're all very similar.
Oh, Eddie, you see, you've changed. No, he's changed.
I have. It's called Eddie.
Eddie, we better get rid of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got a gig to do tonight,
I have got to go to dinner.
and you've got one to do tomorrow night,
Yeah.
one the night after,
Yeah.
one the night after that.
Yeah.
What are you doing the night after that?
I'm going to do a gig in a small room closet.
Go and write some new material
I'm
for
going to buy a
next year.
teas made.
Eddie, it's really nice to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, thanks for
You don't need to come in.
having me.
These things sell themselves. You've got the gig going great. You're looking marvellous. You seem to be very happy. Sorted. You've got movies coming out next year.
I'm miserable.
Are you really?
No, I'm quite happy.
Oh, good.
I'm content. Since '87, I've been content.
You're content. Have you got someone in your life at the moment? Have you got a lady in your life at the moment?
I do, thank you, yes.
I know you don't talk about it. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Is she allowed to have a squeeze?
No. No one is.
You said it's for ladies, don't you?
I don't see the point of wearing them if you're not
Fine.
going to let people touch them.
Yeah, but not you,
Throw them at
obviously.
kids.
Well,
I like the idea of that if there's no snow.
yeah,
She said.
you know, you can just pretend you've got forces up when actually you're just pumped.
Can we bring Robin and Alistair in?
Let's bring Robin Gibb and Alistair, whatever his name is,
Griffin.
in.
And this
as
is their single
Eddie
together.
Izzard goes home. Ladies and gentlemen, Izzard has left the building.
I'm not here.
Happy Christmas, Eddie. Thanks for coming.
Merry Christmas. Everybody.